And now it's the Balkans Honey Badgers' turn to take on the San Clemente Rhinos. This is women's semi-final number 2. Kat, tee this up for us. What are your thoughts ahead of this, Cliff?
Oh, well, I think the Badgers have just their star-studded team, and now they're starting to click, I think, is even more dangerous. So, I mean, just look at that. You've got internationals all over the place. McMumbay's been brilliant. Shakira Baker has been really solid. Anna Kaplis has been incredible. And Georgia Fredericks, like, I could name every player on there, you know. This is, but, like, they've all standout players, and now they're clicking. It's just been absolutely so dangerous. And then Rhinos as well, we mentioned, you know, they've got real experience in there. Catherine Johnson has been a real strong player and really get her side front foot ball.
Well, they take the field right now. When they met on day one, it was 20 points to 12. And the Honey Badgers took out the Rhinos. But we saw in mixed play, as this side spent more time together, the Balkans Honey Badgers really clicked. They put on an average of 35 to 40 points in a 10-minute period.
Yeah, that was it. They've had the highest strike rate, I think, out of men's or women's, but they lost. I think it was at their first game, but one early on anyway. They lost, and it was a big surprise with their, you know, with the players that they had available to them. But I was saying this before, that actually when you have the big dogs and they're used to playing their own way, actually getting those big dogs to click can take a little bit longer because they're a bit more set in their ways. Whereas when you've got younger players who maybe not as much experience at the higher level, they're more moldable, they're more open and quicker to get into those plays together. But Badgers, I'm expecting this to be a huge semi-final for them.
Here we go. It's the 4th annual Rugby 10s Championship. We're on American soil for the very first time after being in Portugal and then South Africa for 2 years in a row. It is the Serengeti Elephants that wait in the final at 1 o'clock local time. It is 10:15 in the morning right now. I'm Dan Snapper alongside Rugby World Cup winner from England, Kat Merchant. It is the Balkans Honey Badgers in red on the right of your screen, kicking off to the San Clemente Rhinos women's semi-final number 2 on display. And contestable kickoff, bounces there to Catherine Johnson. She's on the deck, and some players with her is Merita Ruti with the Fijian 7 side for many years. And now it's an early line break up the middle. Here come the San Clemente Rhinos busting free. What a breakout to get things going. Emily Clark, the Canadian sensation, cuts them loose. A magic start for the San Clemente Rhinos.
Couldn't be a better start for them. Just, I mean, and that is the beauty of 10s. You can get tries from absolutely nothing. A seamlessly, like, an effortless step and then through. So here we go. So just incredible. Like, backs herself back from Clark, that step from left to right, and then just absolute gas. No, in a foot race, you're not going to catch her from there once she is through. So wow, great start.
Unbelievable scenes. We saw her carve up with the Loonies in the Premier Rugby 7s Championship, play with the USA, with the Canada under 23 side. Kick over as well. It's 7-0. The San Clemente Rhinos right off the start of the game. It's a confidence booster for Ben Gollings and Robin McDowell, their coaching crew, because they have struggled during the play, losing all 3 games on day 1, and the mixed play as well. That kick not 10 though, Kat.
Yeah, but like we said, like, yeah, any form coming in, it doesn't matter. Rip them up, those results, because when you get a start like that, it's all to play for in knockout rugby.
Anna Kaplis in midfield, the former Irish international, the rugby player, coach, teacher, and public speaker, has it to the left. Here they come with Fredericks, a beautiful dummy. He scored a hat-trick on display during one of their brilliant pool victories. Shakira Baker, the silver medalist Olympian from Rio, into the fray. The teacher showing them how it's done. Now on the right-hand side, support is there as well as Plony Kivit, the Netherlands international. Just a loaded team that combined so well together. To the left, Carlos Balkans, Honey Badgers side. The ball held up superbly. Support is there from Meg Mumbai that releases it. Now Masters wants to go on that far side. The stutter step, the in, the out, Rebecca Tafunga barreling towards the line. And we'll check to see what happens here.
Yeah, be interesting to see if it's held up or a score.
No try.
Yeah, so held up. It did look like that. The contact was great because she got herself underneath. Like, she used her body as a shield to, like, really wrap it up. So that's definitely commitment to the cause in there.
Well, I got faked out by the referee as well. Last time I got faked out by a yellow card going to the pocket. They didn't. Tristan Bidder gets the kick downfield. Oh, that's a nice drop kick, goal line drop out. It feeds here to Lycan, it's a loose ball. Anybody's game as players pile on this one and has been knocked on by the Rhinos, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, so they've got a good pace there. So, yeah, let's have a look at this tackle for that last-ditch effort. So a really, really good carry. And then look at this, just literally puts her body on the line there. I think she smashes her head into the ground as well, like the commitment of holding that ball up. And then there's a bit of discussion between ref and AR as to whether it was held up or a score, but great defense.
Catherine Johnson saving the day. We mentioned kicking the winning kick in sudden death drop goal extra time in the series. Serena Fredericks, the international flyer. They're going to loop back in. Little plan move here, but the Rhinos are really chopping them down low and they're forcing the turnover as well. Johnson getting involved there. They do spill it, but wow, that was very good to cut down this Honey Badgers line, because generally with possession they scored well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that Rhinos are just looking like a different team to what we've seen before. And they've come into this clearly not thinking about past games. And they've just gone, look, let's focus on ourselves and what we do well. And what they do is like physicality. They're defending really, really well.
They did exactly what the Elephants' game plan was as well, to shut down a very creative Wild Dog side in the game we saw just earlier. 14 points to 7, the Elephants won. They'll be in the division finals. Balkans Honey Badgers with attack. So here comes some looping here. Georgina Fredericks does really well again to pick things up. The Australia 7s and 15s player, part of the winning Honey Badgers franchise last year. That's a loose ball. Mumbai goes in to collect. Balkans Honey Badgers coached by Richard van den Broek and Anna-Lena Swartz. And it's the Rhinos again. Yeah, capitalize at the breakdown, pinching it. They pick and drive around the fringes. Now it's Nagasao, their Fijian Olympian. And creative players, they move it to that far left-hand side. The side from Clemente have really brought the heat in this women's semi-final number 2. And they fly in, so it's a penalty for the Rhinos. Nagasao wants to go quickly, just ahead of the mark, though, Kat.
Yeah, so, and referees, it's something they have been really hot on. They've got to be on the mark, but there is a player down, so I think they're going to want to get medical attention on this before taking this penalty. But, yeah, there's been some scrappy breakdowns in here, which has meant that there's been some turnovers, because Badgers initially looked like they had turned it over, but then give the penalty away off of it.
Yeah, so tension happening right there. The San Clemente Rhinos. Well, it is amazing. This is what you love about the game of tens, as we said. They are 0-3 in their division play, 0-3 in the mixed play as well. But that doesn't matter, because the division final is on the line.
Yeah, and especially when they're playing with the likes of Badgers, who have been quick. Like on paper, this is Badgers win this comfortably. But Rhinos are obviously not looking at that paper. They're writing their own script, because they got an early score. And then obviously now they are really on the attack. They're going to have a penalty, 12 minutes out? 12 minutes, did I say? Or meters? I'm not sure what I said. But I mean 12 meters. Yeah.
We started early this morning. Ben Gollings, their coach, with Robert McDowell, former Canadian 7th international. Gollings with England. And we've got to thank our partners that are involved here with the Rugby 10 series and the championship. We've seen a brilliant month here in October, and now in November we continue again as well. Pepperpod is one of our official partners and sponsors as well. They've been brilliant supporting the 10s. And then, of course, Pool RX, one of our main partners, crystal clear water with less chemicals, been loving it. They've been involved right from the start. And then, of course, Cat Merchant's favorite, 24-hour fitness, because it doesn't matter the time of day or night, it is open.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect for jet-lagged like people like me that like the gym but can't sleep.
You know what? I've lived in America for a long time, and it really didn't appeal to me until you arrived and you said, you know what, I'm getting up at 4 in the morning because of the jet lag, and the gym's open. And I'm like, what gym are you talking about? Of course, 24-hour fitness. So good plug for them, and that could be a personal sponsor of yours moving forward as well.
There we go. Yeah, I like that. Like, yeah, bicep sponsored by.
There we go. Exactly. Yeah. I like it. I've got the Tsunami shirts I'm wearing, and you'll have the guns on your arms, sponsored by the gym. Here we go. The San Clemente Rhinos. They are up by 7. A try by Emily Clark has them on the front foot here against the Balkans Honey Badgers in the first half, with just over 3 to go, with more advantage for the San Clemente Rhinos, and to the pocket we go. Oh, it's worrying times for the Honey Badgers.
Oh, a lot of pressure on here, and it's Anna Kaplis, is it, that's going off? Is that 2? Is that 2?
No, just one card.
Oh, one card. Yeah, I was like, what's going on? But they look confused. But they'll be missing Anna as well because she is a really experienced player. She has won with Honey Badgers twice before, so they'll be missing out on her. And so they've opted for the scrum, which is smart when Badgers are a player down, so they can tie those players in, and they'll just, it's a simple case of playing the mismatch.
That's right. They'll play shorthanded for the next 2 minutes. The Rhinos lead 7-0. Scrum feed coming in from Marie Taruti. The San Clemente Rhinos looking to cause some sort of upsets here. Tight-headed scrum time, though, for the Balkans Honey Badgers. They have possession. Can they get the ball away here from their 22? They're stuck in a dangerous territory of the field, but Shakira Baker is at first receiver. Baker's going to bash upfield, leaving it around there for Masters, the Australian 15's most capped Wallaroo, to get it going again. Now, a nice little step here around the fringes. Varushka Grain, the Springbok player. But again, the Rhinos come flooding in. Nagasau comes in. Players on the ground. Bitter gets involved too. As the San Clemente Rhinos, they have been so impressive here doing the hard work at the breakdown, and they've turned it around again. They pick around the fringes and they dive over. What a try from the San Clemente Rhinos. They're in again. It's fabulous stuff.
What we said about teams playing to their strengths, and absolutely the Rhinos has been their physicality. They threw numbers into that breakdown there. They really threw their bodies around, and then when they were up close, a bit like their men's side, who when they're 5 meters out, they have one route, but that's a good spot there because there's a lot of Badgers around, but none of them spot her, and a great pick and go. So who would have called this? Like, would we have known this? 12-0? Wow.
Oh, what a try. Branaisi Ditavu scores. Her brothers Rotati and Iseleki are watching. Was it missed? 12-0 the score. 2 tries for the Rhinos as they lead in the semi-final. Ball's on the deck here. This is still the first half. And don't forget the Balkans Honey Badgers playing with a player short. They will get a penalty here. Looking for some possession through Meg Mumbai, the Army World Champion and former France under-20 player. She hits the contact point. But again, they need to send numbers to the breakdown to secure possession. Grain goes in to help out. They've got some elusive players, but they need the ball. Kibit on that far side. That's a nice little breakout here from the Balkans Honey Badgers. Yet to score in this game. The Rhinos attack the breakdown. Oh, that's brilliant bit of skill. They've come in at the right time and pinched it. It's the 3rd or 4th time in this half that they've done just that. Catherine Johnson. She's going back towards the forwards, and she's hitting around the fringes here. And that is a big contact coming in there as the Rhinos lead 14-0. It's penalty, Honey Badgers. Another quick tap for the side in red. Richard Vanderbroek, their coach, wants them to get on the scoreboard next. The offload is good as well from Kibit. And the Rhinos, can they hold him out here? Make Mumbai yet again. Another good carry. Here's Marit Lyken on the left-hand side. Numbers to burn here. They've got to score to the Balkans Honey Badgers on the outside. Of course, they find Georgina Fredericks flies in for their first try.
Yeah, and they scored that with 9 players as well. So that's what's even more impressive, that they managed to create an overlap when technically there shouldn't be one. But, they're a quality side. They're smart, and they'll be having those conversations. I don't think they'll be panicking. I think they'll be surprised that they were 14-0 down against the Rhinos, but they haven't got rattled. They've just really come back out.
They've gone to work, and they've finally got possession in the hands of Georgina Fredericks, Wallaroo Player of the Year in 2022.
Yeah, and then so it's a good initial carry. And then it's the speed of which to get it. As you said, they've got to score, and they do, because you can't sit off like that in the defence and expect to cover across. But Fredericks doing what she does well and getting over that line.
14-5. Ditavu takes it at the kickoff. Nice switch there. Catherine Johnson turns it on the inside. It's the San Clemente Rhinos with possession here. They're inside their half. They know they can go to the break here with a nice lead in women's semi-final number 2. It's the halftime score, 14-5. The San Clemente Rhinos lead the Balkans Honey Badgers in An absolute cliffhanger, Kat. We said that a real shock, and it's a breakdown that has impressed me the most from this Rhinos side.
Yeah, hugely. Rhinos have clearly identified an opportunity to really put numbers in there and to be physical, and their defense has been really brave defense. Like, you know, Johnson with that held up cover tackle was fantastic, and that's just the effort that they're putting in.
Yeah, they're really putting an unbelievable effort on the defense side of things as well. A great turnaround we've seen from the coaching crew and the players as well. The leadership group really stepping up.
Absolutely, and like, I think now they'll be very calm.
Well, let's catch up with Wendy Young, World Rugby commentator pitch side.
All right, I'm down here on the sideline with Danny of the San Clemente Rhinos, and this is quite the turnaround. How has this come together for you guys?
This week we focused on connection and coming together as a team. I feel like it was hard with new players coming in, but we finally, we want it. Yeah. And so we came together and we decided, all of us, we want it. So I think it's really helped.
I love that. You know, you have to come together as a team, and being the local team, there's a little bit more pride in it, don't you feel?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely more pride, and there's a lot of, everybody's expecting it for us, so it's tough coming out and having the last 2 game days that we had, but I think we came out today and we're ready.
Best of luck in the second half. Thank you very much, Danny.
Beautiful stuff pitch side there with Wendy Young, and second half about to go here. This is women's semi-final number 2. The final will take place at local time 1 o'clock. It's now 10:30 a.m. in the morning here on the Pacific Coast, and they'll take on the Elephants, whoever wins this game. And in the men's final at 11:40 a.m., so just an hour and 10 from now, it'll be the Wild Dogs against the Rhinos. All these competition points adding up, Kat, as we hit into the mixed play finals to close out.
Exactly, the bigger picture, isn't it? We're focusing at the minute, or I'm focusing at least on game by game, but yeah, it's all adding up and making a difference to those franchises.
Second half is underway, and the Balkans Honey Badgers on the left of your screen, they trail 14-5 in red, and will do the defending early on. Johnson in midfield. Here comes an attack. Kristen Bitter is there, the USA Eagle. Dartmouth College environmental science degree she has to her name, and a wonderful rugby player as well. Nice ball on the right hand side. Nice little pass there from Johnson, a little basketball move. Still gets them on the attack. Marula Taruti to the left to her fellow Fijiana teammate. Nagasau now finding a bit of space here for Emily Clark. Scored a beautiful try to start us off. Clark on the outside. Tries to get that pass free.
Yeah, that's a really difficult one. When you're running at such pace, that's one of the ones that has to be a 2-hand offload. It's really got to be to pull it backwards with one hand is likely to go forwards in that position.
Unless you meet to 24-hour fitness and you have strong enough one arm like yourself.
Yeah.
I'm 0-5 for arm wrestles against you this week.
Yeah, challenges up. Yeah, yeah.
Now, halftime chat. What do you reckon? Balkans Honey Badgers, Richard van den Broek and Anna Leroy Swartz, as we look here, set to their side?
You know, that double tackle there causing into there. So I think at halftime, I would say that the Badgers will have been told to stay composed and not to panic, because they know if they just need to keep the ball, they will build scores. The quality side, they will. So they can't panic, but they can't also sit back and just expect it to happen. There has to be some level of intensity from them.
That's a great point. And they're back to 10 players now after 2 minutes in the sin bin. They attack now in midfield. That's a good run from Fredericks, drawing a penalty for the Balkans Honey Badgers. And another quick tap as Mumbai wants to move it to the left-hand side. Mumbai gets it there, and almost a big shot comes in there. It's Yolani Yengo, the French international Olympian, who gets involved there for the Balkans Honey Badgers. Now a short ball. A gliding run, beautiful support on the inside is coming here. Fredericks there, flying on the inside yet again. Georgina Fredericks is frightening with ball in hand. She has a double in this game, and the Balkans Honey Badgers strike first in the second half.
Yeah, and I think it is that they are just calm, composed. They're not leaping up. They're all just trusting their ability that they're able to get there. And again, really important that this is one that's under the posts as well. So a good offload back inside, and Fredericks is so fast. So to get across, really good score in there.
What a sight to watch. Stunning creation of that try, and of course the bonus to finish it. This conversion to put them 14-12, trailing by 2. Kibet nails the kick as well. All important where you score as well in these 10 semi-finals.
Yeah, absolutely, because we've seen some great kicking from out wide, but it's definitely not guaranteed. So you want to definitely be under the posts.
Balkans Honey Badgers now with that confident try. Still behind on the board, but they know whenever they get possession, they could strike at any point in the field. And there's a couple of players down on the ground. We're going to take a second here while our medical staff get onto the field straight away.
Yes, I'll be coming on just to have a look because, you know, yes, you're thinking about this semi-final, but you're also thinking about if you get through for the final, you want all your players fit and well and available. So they'll get some medical attention on here, but it gives players opportunity for a little break to kind of chat and talk through.
And catch two opportunities, of course. We've got the division finals coming up, and then your team is still going to play another 10 minutes to close out the day. Again, I'm super excited about that. So a reminder for everybody, it's the boys, the girls, the men, the women. For each franchise, we'll play 10 minutes.
Yeah, and like the what that will bring will just be that togetherness, like, because we've seen it with the men and the women, but now as well to throw into the mix the girls and the boys academy teams as well. So I think that is going to be absolutely fascinating.
Well, we've had some great tries in this semi-final as well. It's the Rhinos up 2 tries to, well, 2 points, 2 tries each. And, well, San Clemente Rhinos, as we mentioned, it's been hard going against the Balkans Honey Badgers, but wow, this Rhino side, they came out flying to start us out.
Oh yeah, just straight away, pretty much immediately off of kickoff, just that straightening line from Emily Clark, and then just gas, like she absolutely runs through. And that's where it's so difficult. If you do break through the middle, so difficult to defense to get back unless there is a sweeper sat in there. But Badgers weren't playing with that sweeper role in that, and their wings were up and chasing, so no one was going to get back and across to her. But players up and well, so play can now resume with Badgers scrum.
Yeah, and the other try scorer, very nicely, Ditavu for the San Clemente Rhinos. Georgina Fredericks has 2 for the Balkans Honey Badgers. Their scrum feed.
Set!
Nearly 5 gone in the second half. 5 to go.
Ball was out. Backwards, play
all
on.
sorts of trouble on
All
Yolani Yengo.
backwards.
The ball does go backwards, says our referee. And the Rhinos again, a real nuisance on the defensive side of things. Yengo at first receiver, awaits here for the Balkans Honey Badgers. And they were a bit too flat. In fact, they were offside. So a penalty here for Yengo to go yet again. The French star. We saw her in Paris with 69,000 fans watching at Stade de France as they move it to that far left-hand side. Balkans Honey Badgers yet again with Ashley Masters. Takes it to the line out of Melbourne, Australia. Represented at the Rugby World Cup in 2014 and 2021. Baker in midfield with Fredericks, a nice little plan move. Fredericks there on the support angle. Shakira Baker took it to the line. Rugby World Cup Sevens gold medalist. Kibet. Plony Kibet moves it to the left. It's a patient build-up from the Honey Badgers as Kibet has it around the fringes. Ashley Masters is there as well, looking for the offload, keeping it alive. Great skills in that far side, hands in the corner. Yolani Yengo flies in. The French sensation has them in the lead for the first time in this game. The Balkans Honey Badgers do it in the corner.
Yeah, just looking so confident in the way they have clicked as a team. They were caught off guard up initially to start with, but now just starting to really trust themselves. And so it's that offloading game as well, that ability in here to get their big ball runners to draw in defenders, and then their skillful ones to pass. And Yengo really good, light on her feet and easy in for her. But she was the one who started it off with some great running as well. So great that she was able to finish as well and put her side into the lead.
Over 5 years with the French Sevens side, Yolani Yengo, bronze medalist in Cape Town in the Rugby World Cup Sevens in 2022. Now making a real name for herself at the Rugby Championship. 17-14 the score, 3-point lead here in the second half. In this women's semi-final number 2, the Serengeti Elephants are a team that are in the division finals already. It's a kick down the middle. The Rhinos capture this one. What have they got in store for us here across field? Shifts Nagasao looking for a switch. A little bit untidy play there. They finally do hit the deck there as Holly Greenway is there as well, the teacher's aide and university student attending Massey University. Has a penalty for her side.
And again, one that's not quite from the mark, so ref will bring it back. And they've opted for the scrum, which is interesting because they had a scrum earlier in the first half and they actually got it turned over. So they must be backing themselves confidence-wise. But normally, if you've had that kind of decision against, you might go for a tap, you might go for a line out instead. But they're back in their scrum.
Yes, Richard Vandenbroek, he looks on. A great coach. He's got 3 other staff members he's worked with for the last 4 years. They're such a tight-knit group. And Anna-Lena Swartz is the general manager with that side. Former Swedish international 7s and 15s player. It's the St. Clemente Rhinos, also coached by international stars. Nagasau rides a tackler on the outside. That's another high shot.
Yeah, it did look high, that one, on the live. So, and this time deciding to go for the quick tap, possibly because even though they did get the ball out, that scrum was under quite a bit of pressure.
Here's the Colombian international, Melissa Rios-Mena. The Rhinos need to get somebody on the front foot. Dutavu is in midfield, drifting across field. Trying to link up with Bitter on that far side. Clark is there. One of their speedsters, but can't handle.
Yeah, just couldn't quite take it there, but I thought that was the right option for Mitter to like get that ball out wide. It was a really nice flat pass, slightly low, but you're wanting your wingers to take those.
Well, how important is that in the greater scheme of things? They had possession, they trailed by 3, and now time starts ticking away as we get into the final few minutes.
Absolutely. You know, it's still really, really close, but you're not going to get that many opportunities left in these last few remaining minutes of the game. So really, you've got to capitalize on moments like that. If you can get the ball to your wingers in space, even if it's not a score, you're just getting in behind, you're asking questions, and you're making it difficult for the defense.
Over $500,000 in cash and prizes on the line for these 4 different franchises. There's Ben Gollings on the left, Robin McDougall on the right-hand side, co-host of the podcast, Rugby Hive, with yours truly. So make sure you check that out as well. Rob McDougall shares his insights there in the game of 10s, 7s, 15s. As the Balkans Honey Badgers look for another attack in the middle. Nice little dummy and a beautiful line. It's Shakira Baker, the player from Wellington, New Zealand, with a Hurricane Super Rugby side. Wide ball on the outside, looking for speed. And here it comes. Mooling on the outside. Kika Mooling, the military police player from the Netherlands, slides in. It's a tremendous effort. That could be the game winner.
Yeah, it's so important as well to time that as it was, but she's so fast there from Kika Mooling. Like, it looked easy. There are players that glide, and so it's a nice ball to her, but you just see that extra gear there, and she had, what, 5 centimeters of space to work in? But she didn't need any more than that. She just had that 6th gear that she then took it to, and looked easy.
A tremendous finish from Kika Mooling on that far side. Netherlands 7s and 15s player. The conversion unsuccessful, 22 points to 14. So that stretches it out now to a 2-score game. Very tough to come back here for the St. Clemente Rhinos. Just off.
Yeah, important for them to build on their lead.
Off the uprights for the Balkans Honey Badgers. The Rhinos now. Chance here for them. Inside their half. Move it across field here. Holly Greenway. Greenway hits the deck. They're able to keep it alive for the St. Clemente Rhinos. Can they finish here with some good hands on that far side? Here we go. Letty Hingano. A nice little loop in play here in semi-final number 2. The Serengeti Elephants will await the winner, which will likely be the Balkans Honey Badgers. And that one has been spilt from the Balkans Honey Badgers side, Kat.
Yeah, that error there, but it's too much in there. So 22-14, too much to do. So we think that might be final whistle. No, referee wants to play another play.
Time off, red. We're going to wait. Let's go. Red change.
Jocelyn Keller coming in for the Balkans Honey Badgers, a replacement made. Anna Capeless goes to the side. So as it stands, the Elephants will take on the Balkans Honey Badgers. That'll be at local time, 1 o'clock for the women's division final. The men's division final will feature the Wild Dogs and the Rhinos. So all 4 franchises are represented in the men's and women's divisions final, which is great to see.
Yeah, fantastic, and showing how close it is this year, and how you know, we keep saying it, but anything can happen because these teams know how to win.
Scrum here for the Rhinos. Big tackle comes in and Bitter hits the ground.
No hands, no!
Possession is loose,
Play on.
and the Honey Badgers pounce on it. But they give away a penalty. So we're not done yet. Game can't end on that. Rhinos will just want to quick tap this one.
Up again. Ladies, we've got 20 seconds. Let's not ruin it now. 22 metre line. Scrum called. Scrum.
Scrum called.
Yeah, so calling in for that scrum again. They are confident that with their ability in this, but Badgers have shown that they are really, really strong players. They, they have some. We said it before. They've got some units in this in their side, so they're strong.
Bind.
To close things out here, 22-14. Honey Badgers lead. Rhinos with possession. Dummy there from Bitter. Now looking to attack the outside gap. Greenway is there in support as well. Here is Daniel Fogg, was on the Rhinos team in the series. Nakoni. Still, it's a good recycled possession. Moving it to the right. Inna Bailey's there, the 5-time national collegiate champion from Lindenwood University. Rhinos again on that far side, looking to set up a play. Tutavu in midfield with Bitter. Bitter this time takes it to the line. Gets the switch to Tutavu, the try scorer in this game. And the San Clemente Rhinos have fought bravely in this outing. Brogan Meyer is there. Meyer goes to the right-hand side. Meyer graduating from Harvard this year with a degree in human evolutionary biology, but it goes the other way. And it's the Balkan Honey Badgers that will take this game. They've drawn the final penalty. Balkans Honey Badgers confirm their place in the division final against the Elephants at 1 o'clock. It's the final score here. The Balkans Honey Badgers win it 22-14 against the Rhinos. Stay with us. More action coming at you live and loud here in the division finals coming up soon. We're going to step aside for a very short break. Join us very soon.